Welcome back, everybody. Glad you're here. Man, let's go back to Korea. Why not? Haven't been there in a while. And went to go check out what was going on and saw that this one dropped today. A band called ZEROBASEONE. Never heard of them. I'm imagining that this is a K-pop band. But the name of the song is In Bloom. Dropped today, already has like 5.4 million views. Just crazy. I don't know what I'd do if I ever had 5 million views on a video. But so apparently they're good. Apparently they've been around because they have like 766,000 subscribers, but having that many views like catch a lot. So I've never heard of them, never heard of this song. I saw In Bloom and I'm like, is that a cover of Nirvana? Which would be a really weird kind of cover, I guess. But I did look up the lyrics in English. So I have them here. I have not read them yet. So I'll be going through and breaking those down as well. But kind of interested to hear this. I like finding new bands I've never heard of, and they're popular somewhere in the world, but I've never heard of them. So this is music I've never heard, music you've never heard. Let's find out what they're about. This is ZEROBASEONE, In Bloom.
아침이 와 어제와 달라진 눈부신 light 눈을 뜨면 움츠렸던 꽃잎은 피었나 가장 아름답게 세상을 다 물들여도 영원한 건 없네 결국엔 모두 시들 테니 난 운명조차 change 향해 on my way 놓치지 않게 chase. Yeah, it's all because of you. 난 그저 모르는 채 반복했대.
Okay. Just give me a second here. Yeah, this is not a cover of Nirvana at all. The sun rises, it's a new day. The dazzling sunlight hits my eyes as I open them. As I open my eyes, the flower that once was withered came back to came back to bloom. Even the most beautiful, precious things that can shine even through the darkness end up withering, fading away. Nothing lasts forever. But I can change that, my fate. Running towards you, I'm on my way. I won't lose you. Yeah, it's all because of you. Okay. So it's a love song. I don't understand K-pop a lot. I really don't. Like, there are some songs I hear in K-pop and they like completely blow my mind, and then the visuals just don't go along with it at all. Where the visuals are really interesting, but the songs just the lyrics are kind of like, okay. And then like I need to get deeper into this because I know there's more coming on this, but to switch it up between that. Looked like there was like this whole romantic kind of love thing, you know, just writing this beautiful love song to his girlfriend or whatever, and then all of a sudden it's a video game. Like, I like their style, man. They're never not creative. I'll tell you that. Koreans are some of the most creative filmmakers and musicians I think I've ever run across, and I mean, you see it in the movies, see it in the music. And it's really interesting. Even in their cooking, I've seen like cooking shows based in Korea, and it's just funny how they like, it's such a small country, like this country that's tragically like cut in two. So it's not even like this full country, but this South Korea, just they want to like make this impression. And they want to be creative about it and not just do it just to do it, but they do it with intention. So you get a lot of these K-pop bands, and honestly, some of these K-pop bands, like, you can't tell one from the other. Like, I see these guys, you know, honestly, if I saw just that picture of these three guys, I couldn't tell you what band it was from because they look like they're from every single band I've ever seen with K-pop. Don't get mad at me. It's just, that's the aesthetic. And it works for me. It's kind of like when all the boy bands came out in the 90s and 2000s, you know, with 98 Degrees and with Backstreet Boys and with NSYNC and with all of them. Like, I couldn't tell them apart. And you know, they find a formula that works and they do it for this. But then you have the ones that stand out and really get creative and really have a lot of intention, and it's pretty amazing to watch. So I don't know this Zero Base One, and I'm waiting to hear like the rest of the song to figure out, you know, what kind of category they fall into. Don't get on to me. Don't be hating on me just because I don't know these guys. All right, back to the song. Okay, I'll say this. That's really catchy. Okay, I'm like, you can't see it. My feet are down here, like kind of moving, and like that's really catchy. I like that. I like that music. I find it really interesting also that it's just the band in this video. Like they don't have any actresses or models or, you know, fake girlfriends or whatever showing up in this to be like the focus of who they're speaking to, which is really kind of smart, because I'm assuming that this band, like these guys are like way out of my age range. Okay, like I haven't been in high school in quite a while, but if there's no focus point for who they're singing to, then every girl that watches this video is like, oh, they're singing to me, right? That's brilliant. If it's not like, oh, they have this model in there and I don't look like her and I'm not going to be able to look like her. But if I'm sitting there watching this and they're talking to the camera and the only person watching them is whoever's watching this video, like they're singing to you. Subliminally, that's brilliant. It really is. And I'm trying to think back over some of the other bands that have come out of there that I've seen, you know, like, you know, and I think that's almost like the usual thing they do. I don't recall seeing. I'm gonna have to go check out some of those other songs again. That's really interesting.
달릴수록 멈출 수 없어질걸 알고도 겁없이 뛰어들어 더 깊이 빠져들어 네 입술 끝에 그 비움만 내 영원히 지지 않게 불러줄래 Cause you're my way Come on 난 그저 모르는 채 반복해 time to take 두 말을 따라해 또 난 달려날게 I'll give you every first 처음이자 마지막 love 내 가장 눈부신 지금 너에게 줄게 My day 시작과 끝은 너 Cause of you Yeah, it's you
Dad, that's really smart. If you that final scene, like if you think about the psychology of filmmaking, you look at that final scene. That's a brilliant play. That's brilliant. Whoever directed that is a genius. And I don't know if like I said, I need to go back and look and see if this is like a standard that they do, or like they don't have like the models and stuff in there to talk to when they're doing a love song or whatever. But to have that all focused, like every single one of them is like focused at the camera, and the camera is in the center of that shot. Yeah, that's genius. Really cool song. I actually like that a lot. It's like really catchy. It's not, it's not like gonna end up on like my top 10 forever or whatever, but like that's a cute song. I mean, you can't listen to that song and not be in a good mood now. I'm in a freaking good mood now. I think it's really cool. But let me ask you this. I don't know. You gotta tell me in the comments below. Please let me know. Like, of course, like the biggest band I know that came out of K-pop is BTS. And I've done several videos with them. I don't think they've done anything in a while. I think they had to like do their military service and stuff in Korea because they're, everybody hits 18, they have to do 2 years. And I know that some of them had to do that, and some have been doing solo stuff. Sorry about that. But it's like I've seen like a couple bands here and there. I'm not going to name drop because I can't remember the name of them. But like they don't do like the boy bands that came out of like, the 80s and 90s were like these 3, 4, 5 member bands. These guys are all like 7, 8, 9. That's 9 members. BTS has 9, I believe. Like, how do you manage a 9-member band? Like, that's just crazy. Like the only time you ever saw that like in American music was like if you had like Chicago, who hasn't been together in 20 years. But like, but that's because like you had a whole horn section, maybe Slipknot. Are they 9? I think they're 7. I mean, honestly, I can't remember. I don't think I can name like another 9-member band, like maybe it was like one of those disco bands or something. So it's really crazy that they come out with all these guys that have, but at the same, and it's just interesting. It's really fascinating. Like every time like I dive back into K-pop, I start thinking about different things that I never really realized before. And you watch like one of these songs and you're just like, when you get past the song and you look at the video and see how the video's made, because I like watching that stuff too. Like it's really interesting how they just like coordinate everything together to like deliver this message that they're trying to get across. And what they're wearing and what the lyrics, the music, what they're saying, how it's filmed. Just, it's really interesting. It's really cool. It's so cool that I'm sure they have like this entire machine over there that does this. They're a corporate machine that's like putting bands together and like, hey, you have to direct it this way and stuff like that. If it's across the board, because you're not going to have like 10 directors get together and all come up with the same idea. But yeah, they sounded really good. I think I would have liked to have heard more of the rapping part. It feels like I think one of the things that I don't like about bands that big is that like sometimes when they do these songs, like they're just trying to shove everybody in there to get a few bars in. Hey, remember this guy? Hey, remember this guy? And you can't, it just feels forced sometimes. I think sometimes it's okay to focus on like 3 or 4 of the guys and let the other 5 back up in that song and then kind of rotate it around. But when you release a song and like all 9 have to get their bars in, it just kind of feels a little, it just feels forced. And then it starts feeling artificial. That's like the one criticism I probably have with it. Like I could identify like 2 of the rappers in there, but they put them in there back to back. And it was like they each threw in like 1 bar each. And that was it. And it's like, If you're gonna do a rap section, like do a rap section, have like an entire chorus or set, between 2 verses, I'm sorry, an entire verse between 2 choruses. That's like an entire rap section. My 2 cents. Doesn't matter. What do you think? Did you like it? If you liked it, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. Subscribe if you haven't, because we're always trying to find more music that we've never heard of before. And definitely share this with your friends and complete strangers. But leave me a comment below and let me know what you thought about it. If you're a fan of ZEROBASEONE here, I'd love to hear your take on this. I know every time I do like a new band, like I get it somehow like fans just come in and like just give me all this information about like, oh, you got to hear this guy, you got to hear this guy, and this guy's really good. And I love hearing that stuff. So please drop me a comment. I'd love to hear more about it. And maybe we'll circle around and check out these guys again. Because if this is if this is off of a new album or something, I'm sure they'll be dropping another single here pretty soon. But in the meantime, check out this other stuff I have. I do have other videos over here. And let me know what you think of that stuff as well. And come back and we'll do it all again. If you have something for me to check out, music I've never heard, link me to it. I'm always willing to find it and listen to it and check it out and review it. So y'all be good. Stay safe. I love you. See you next time. Bye.